Hello, my name is Mr.Chayuth Lohkam. You can call me Teacher Audie. Welcome to the series on English tenses. Today we are going to learn about past perfect tense. Past perfect tense talk about something that had already happened before a point in the past. For example, we had left before their arrival. Brian didn't see me until I had greeted him. When Sarah arrived at the party, Paul had already gone home. Because she hadn't reported the theft immediately, the police were unable to help her. So now I would like to tell you about the pattern of the past perfect tense. The form of the past perfect tense is subject plus verb to have. Now we use had, verb to have, use had, and plus verb 3. For example, I had eaten dinner before the party started. The house was dirty. They hadn't cleaned it for weeks. When Sarah arrived at the party, Paul wasn't there. He had gone home. When we got home last night, we found that somebody had broken into the flat. Because she hadn't reported the thief immediately, the police were unable to help her. The auxiliary verb or helping verb that we use in the past perfect tense is had. Here is how to use it. For our subjects, I, you, we, there, he, she, it, we use had. For example, she has just left when I arrived. We had left before they arrived. He didn't see me until I had greeted him. I went into my room after I had opened the door. He was good at football because he had practiced it. David had learned English before he went to England. You went to Jude's house, but she wasn't there. She had gone out. I was very pleased to see him again after such a long time. I hadn't seen him for 5 years. Look at the rule about how to use ed. Most verbs end with ed. For example, walk, walked, leave, lived, love, loved, listen, listened, work, worked, move, moved. And now let's see the next rule. Rule number 2. If regular verb end in a single vowel and a single consonant except x, double the consonant before you add ed. For example, bake, baked, fan, fanned, joke, joked, pin, pinned, slam, slammed, whip, whipped, clap, clapped, hop, hopped, mar, marred, rip, ripped, tan, tanned, zip, zipped. 3. if a regular verb has two or more syllables, if the verb ends in L or R, L or R, and if the last syllable is stretched, double the L or R before you add ed. For example, compelled, compelled, control, controlled, fulfill, fulfilled, propel, propelled, confer, conferred, defer, deferred, prefer, preferred. If a regular verb has two or more syllables, if the verb ends in L or R, and if the last syllable is not stretched, do not double the L or R before you add ed. For example, cancel, cancelled, suffer, suffered, honor, honored, travel, traveled. Now, rule number 4. If a regular verb ends in a consonant and y, or if the final syllable of a regular verb ends in this way, change the y to I and then add ed. For example, apply, applied, cry, cried, defy, defied, try, tried, modify, modified, qualify, qualified, spy, spied, bury, buried, copy, copied, fry, fried, hurry, hurried, pity, pitied, reply, replied, supply, supplied. Rule number 5. If a regular verb end in a vowel and y, or if the final syllable of a regular verb ends in this way, do not change the y to I and then add ed. For example, annoy, annoyed, enjoy, enjoyed, play, played, dismay, dismayed, obey, obeyed, stay, stayed. Number 6. If a regular verb ends in x, add only ed. Do not double the x. For example, box, boxed, mix, mixed, fax, faxed, text, text. Many verbs in the past perfect tense are irregular. Here are some examples. Be for present or verb 1, past or verb 2, and past participle or verb 3. Be, was, were, been. Begin, began, begun. Come, came, come. Think, drink, drank, drunk. Drive, drove, driven. Eat, ate, eaten. Fly, flew, flown. Go, went, gone. Get, got, gotten. Read, read, read. We say read. See, saw, seen. Slept, slept, slept. And now, sit, sat, sat. Sing, sang, sang. Swim, swam, swam. Take, took, taken. Write, wrote, written. Understand, understood, understood. To make a negative sentence in the past perfect tense and use the verb to have, or now we use had as a helping verb. Here are some negative sentences. Subject plus verb to have. Now you use have plus never or not plus verb 3. Affirmative sentence. She was good at tennis because she had practiced it. For negative sentence, she wasn't good at tennis because she had not practiced it. 2. I knew a lot about Latin music. I had heard of Ricky Martin. 2. For a negative sentence, I didn't know anything about Latin music. I had never heard of Ricky Martin. To make a yes-no question in the past perfect tense, we use the form auxiliary verb had subject verb 3. Affirmative sentence. They were friends. They had known each other for a long time. Look at the question sentence. They were friends. Had they known each other for a long time? Answer. Yes, they had. No, they had not, or no, they hadn't. I didn't recognize Nan. She had changed a lot. I didn't recognize Nan. Has she changed a lot? Yes, she had. No, she hadn't. Or she had. No, she had not. Before she died, Mary had written to her sister. Before she died, Mary written to her sister? Before she died, had Mary written to her sister? Question sentence. And now, the answer. Yes, she had. No, she had not. Or no, she hadn't. So now, let's talk about how to use the past perfect tense. We use past perfect tense to indicate that one or more past action had already taken place before another past action or a particular point of time in the past. For example, John had eaten dinner before the party started. Because he hadn't reported the thief immediately, the police were unable to help him. We had left before their arrival. When Sarah arrived at the party, Paul had already gone home. I was very pleased to see Tom again after such a long time. I hadn't seen him for 5 years. You went to Jack's house, but he wasn't there. He had gone out. When they got home last night, they found that somebody had broken into the flat. Rule number 2. The past perfect tense always occurs in a sequence of action. We never use the past perfect tense with a single action. Here, I didn't recognize Nan. She had changed a lot. They were friends. They had known each other for a long time. He opened the door in case his wife had forgotten her key. Jill no longer had her red car. She had sold it. After he had visited his hometown, he left for Chiang Mai. Rule number 3. The past perfect tense can be substituted by the past simple tense. For example, I left there after I had eaten dinner. Before she died, Mary had written to her sister. Kenneth had decided to reside before he became ill. They were friends. They had known each other for a long time. After I had arrived at the airport, I saw a group of tourists coming. When Peter had left college, he had already learned to speak English. So now, I hope you enjoy about the past perfect tense and time to do the exercise now. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or you can learn from this application again and again and again for the perfect of your English, for the past perfect tense. See you. Good luck. Bye bye.